The Black Bear Film Festival has been supporting independent filmmakers for over 25 years and is the longest continuously running film festival in the Pocono Mountains. This year, the Black Bear Film Festival honors the volunteers who have kept the festival going and those that still support and run it yearly. Veronica Coyne, Executive Director of Black Bear Film, provides some highlights of this year's festival.
Opening night, this year I'm calling it the Silver and Black Gala. So I hope everybody will get dressed up, silver anniversary. We'll have a screening on Friday night. And then we're going to run all day Saturday at the Milford Theater with great films. We also have a celebrity guest that our board member John DeLeo will tell you a little bit more about. And then we're going to close out the festival with a film on Sunday, and then we're going to close it all out with that award ceremony. We're hoping to make a big deal about that and make it free to the public so anybody could come and see the awards.
The Black Bear Film Festival offers free events to the public throughout the weekend, including the Salon Film Series and the new award ceremony.
Don't forget about our salons. They're free to the public all day Saturday. We also have some specialty salons going on Sunday, which will be at the Triversity Center. We'll have a selection of LGBTQ plus films. And then we're going to also be at the Columns Museum for some historic films from our area that were probably filmed in our area or from directors who were from our area. And then we'll also have something going on at Gray Towers this year for children.
This year's event features a few changes to the festival's format, which further supports independent filmmakers.
Another thing that's different, I think, about the festival now is that we have a film committee where we have a bunch of people, community members and board members, who get together and view all of these films. And now, this year, we're going to do an award ceremony.
Film in Pike County has been a part of the local tapestry since the 1800s, with hundreds of films being made in the Pocono Mountains and Milford. That history is what ties the community to the Black Bear Film Festival.
I think this is really important to the community because of our rich film history. The whole entire area of Pike County was almost like our original Hollywood, our first, the East Coast Hollywood, I think they called it. We're going to acknowledge our past, and we're going to continue into the future supporting filmmakers. And it's really important because art is so important. And film is just our modern day, I think it's the most prominent form of art.
Black Bear incorporates other forms of art into the weekend through the Artful Bears, created by local artists.
The bears are given to artists. We give them a stipend, and they design these beautiful artworks. We'll be bringing the Artful Bears to various locations, and we provide a map. You can take a little walking tour and see all the bears throughout town until we collect them for the festival, and then we put them in our silent auction. So you'll have the opportunity to purchase one of these bears if you would like to.
John DeLeo has been involved in the Black Bear Film Festival almost since the beginning and has interviewed many of the celebrities attending the festival.
I've been involved with Black Bear, I think it was the second or third year where I started by doing shows at the Salon, where a book of mine had come out and I did a presentation. But it wasn't until 2005 that I was on the main stage with a movie star. And the way the story goes, as it was told to me, was that the board at the time got Farley Granger from Alfred Hitchcock's Strangers on a Train to agree to appear at the festival. And everyone was so excited, and then they all looked at each other and said, "He's coming, and what do we do with him?" And then somebody's like, "What about that guy John DeLeo in town? He does stuff at the Salon. He writes books about old movies." And they got me involved, and he was the first celebrity, movie star that I got to interview on the stage, and we showed Strangers on a Train. And it's been a kind of ongoing event, not every single year, But there's been quite a few of them, and for me, of course, they've been the highlights of my connection to the festival, my participation, because I come to Milford from New York City in 2000, and suddenly I'm interviewing all these celebrities, that some of my idols, people I probably never could have gotten near when I was living in Manhattan. So it was kind of ironic and serendipitous and wonderful. And then through the years, from Farley Granger, it was Arlene Dahl and Marge Champion and Keir DeLay, Jane Powell, Rex Reed, Tab Hunter, Jane Alexander, and then the offspring of a few people, Gary Cooper's daughter Maria, Judy Garland's daughter Lorna Luft, and now we've got someone coming this year who is going to be wonderful, Illeana Douglas. Illeana Douglas is the perfect guest because of her family's legacy in film. Her grandfather, Marvin Douglas, made his film debut in the early 1930s, won 2 Oscars as Best Supporting Actor. Illeana Douglas herself has had a very distinguished career as an actress. She also is very devoted to the issue of preserving classic film, participating in Turner Classic Movies for many years, and she's written 2 books on film. In fact, one of the reasons she'll be joining us is that she has a new book out. It's called Connecticut in the Movies. And so when she and I were talking about what we should show when I interview her on stage, what would the movie be? We're showing one of the movies in her book in which her grandfather appears, and that's Mr. Blanding's Builds His Dream House from 1948, starring Cary Grant, Myrna Loy, and Marvin Douglas. So you'll get to see her grandfather. We'll get to talk about her grandfather. We'll talk about the issue of how Connecticut has been portrayed in film, which ties into her book. And of course, I'll ask her about her own career as an actress. And then immediately following the screening and the onstage interview, we'll go right outside to the tent, and she'll have a book signing for Connecticut in the Movies, there to autograph the book for anyone who purchases it.
Some of the most memorable moments of the Black Bear Film Festival are those spent with celebrities enjoying and spending time with the community.
We went to Bar Louie with Tab Hunter, and he stayed for hours. Or Keir DeLay, who came to 3 consecutive festivals. And then when he came the next year, he said he was so easygoing and wonderful. He said, John, is there anyone I could get for you? People I know? I said, well, we've always wanted Jane Powell. She's in Connecticut where you are. He goes, I know Jane Powell. I'll get her. I'll bring her. And again, you think, okay, a year later, he got her, he brought her, and when I introduced her, he escorted her down the aisle onto the stage. I guess that might be my favorite memory of that, how everything he said he would do, he did, and he was so loyal to us and just so much fun to be around. But they really all were enthusiastic about being here. No one was a diva. Everyone was like, this is a beautiful town, this is a quaint theater, it was so charming. Because Milford is essentially a small town, when people that you watched as a kid or a teenager in the movies, and they came to your town and they were right there and you could shake their hand and get their autograph and ask a question, they always seemed so touched and just so grateful that these people wanted to come here. And like I said, it was mutual, because I think they all loved that, oh, these people remember me, and this is so nice. And it's not like being at a Manhattan premiere where it's crazed and there's barricades and all that. It's comfortable and everything is accessible, and it just has a lovely spirit. It's become almost like a holiday. You have October is Halloween and the Black Bear Film Festival. It's sort of, it has a real foundation. Certainly one of the oldest annual things going on, certainly since I've been here.
In recent years, many people in the film industry have relocated to Milford and the Pocono and Catskill Mountains.
There are a lot of people in the arts, whether it's theater or writers or film people, who do have places here, and we've tracked down several, and others that are hiding out, we're going to find you and get you to come to Black Bear.
One of the advantages of local film festivals is that they offer residents living in smaller communities the opportunity to see independent films on the big screen.
Last year we showed Past Lives, which ended up being nominated for the Best Picture Oscar, and it had already opened in New York, but we showed it because if you live in this area, what are the chances that you'll get to see this small independent film that was getting rave reviews in New York on a big screen? Yes, eventually you would see it streaming on whatever platform it was streaming on. But to see these movies that you want to see on a big screen, you think, I know my local theater is never going to show this. And so sometimes Black Bear can serve in that capacity to make you see something you've heard about that was never going to come here, that you might have to wait a couple of more months for, but you can see it on a big screen and the way the filmmakers hoped you would see it.
Black Bear Film Festival offers the opportunity to meet up-and-coming filmmakers, writers, and producers before they become famous.
I think the opportunity to meet filmmakers, even if they're not famous, you never know. They could become famous. I think it's a great opportunity to see these short films in the salons of up-and-coming filmmakers. And they're always cutting edge and new ideas, interesting new technology usage. That's where we're kind of really the breeding ground of the art of filmmaking. I just think it's important for us all to support this. I think it's a great way, in many ways our society's kind of coming apart at the seams politically and maybe socially, and people disagree. But I feel like film festivals like this, where we see people's experiences through documentaries or stories from different perspectives. I think this is something that holds us all together. And sitting in a theater, watching a film together, I think really can bring us all together in a different way, in a new way.
To learn more about the 25th Annual Black Bear Film Festival, visit blackbearfilm.com to purchase your festival tickets today and support the art of filmmaking in the Pocono Mountains.
Are you looking to buy or sell a property in the Northern Poconos? Then your first and only call should be to Davis R. Chant Realtors.
Hi, I'm Lorraine Collins, president of Davis R. Chant Realtors.
And I'm Abby Pittenger-Claus, vice president of Chant Realtors. And we're here at one of our lakefront listings on Lake Wallenpaupack.
Since 1964, Davis R. Chant Realtors has grown from one office in Milford to 5 offices throughout Pike and Wayne County. With more than 90 agents working 7 days a week, we have happily helped 50,000 families buy and sell their homes.
The Northern Poconos is a wonderful place to live. We have great schools and so many activities throughout every single season. If you're looking to buy a home, vacation home, or investment property, we'd be happy to help you every step of the way.
If you're looking to sell your home, give us at Davis R. Chant Realtors a call. Our agents put together a thoughtful but aggressive marketing plan to make sure that your home is put in front of your prospective buyer's eyes quickly.
For more information on the current real estate market, stop in at one of our 5 offices or visit our website at chantre.com.
Peace, Love, and Pumpkins at Bethel Woods gets better every year. And the best night to experience true terror is Friday Night Frights. From the moment we enter the gates at Bethel Woods, the sky begins to darken and the full moon rises slowly over the trees. There were plenty of lounge areas to wait in for the full darkness and a local market featuring a variety of products and haunted by other types of spirits. Peace, Love, and Pumpkins is in its 3rd year, and we had the chance to talk with one of the creators.
Arthur Hammer is a business that my husband and I started 9 years ago. We make all of our own pumpkins in-house that are specialty pumpkins designed just for pumpkin carving and the art pieces that you'll see. We specialize in Halloween because we both love Halloween. We were married on Halloween, and yes, so it's always been kind of a fun thing. So we really are doing what we love, bringing not only Halloween but also artistry. So we work with local artists to create these pieces, which are very different than just a painting or a mural. So it's our ability to bring this type of art to the public in a special way for Halloween.
It wasn't long before it was completely dark, and we could begin our trek on the dimly lit sidewalks, winding through the historic site of the original Woodstock Music Festival. On most nights during the last 2 weeks of October, you can enjoy the creative and spooky displays as you walk through the grounds. But on Friday Fright Nights, creatures emerge from the shadows.
Are you scared? I know you shall.
You are greeted at the entrance by a creepy monk with a warning of the dangers you might encounter if you do not heed his words. As we pass through the arched entrance, the first theme we encountered is Rule America, complete with scarecrows, a ghostly farmer, and other surprises. From there we enter the Jurassic period, with dinosaurs, and a caveman. Next, there are tents with a couple of special displays, including a ghostly carriage full of skeletons and the 1984 Munsters car, complete with a coffin trailer. Herman Munster himself sits on a bench outside the tent, guarding his most prized possession. Just past the dinosaurs, we come across the site of a UFO crash landing, complete with little green pumpkin-headed aliens. We narrowly escape an alien abduction when we encounter the Sanderson sisters around a boiling cauldron guarded by a witch and a ghastly ghoul. The witch and ghoul let us pass, and we enter the oasis at the halfway point of the walk. Here, we encounter the scariest creature of the night, George Schmidt from Classic Hits Radio 105.3.
I was in the bushes. I snuck out when I saw you guys going by. I said, I gotta scare you guys, okay?
I can't with you. So love it.
Anyway, what a beautiful late October evening to be hanging out here at Bethel Woods, right?
This is pretty cool.
Leaving the oasis, we found ourselves in the middle of a creepy circus.
I'm Buddy the Clown.
After we run away from the circus, we encountered more ghostly creatures. There are ghosts everywhere, just waiting to jump out at you when you least expect it. And a maniac running around with a real chainsaw, and the smell of its exhaust filling the air. Soon we enter an undersea world surrounded by sharks, turtles, pumpkin jellyfish, and a host of other deep-sea creatures. It wasn't long before we came across a strange apparition of a nun. We didn't want to get in the habit of hanging around with this psycho sister and climbed aboard the nearby pirate ship.
Shiver me timbers! Oh my goodness!
It must have been the Black Pearl, because it was filled with dead pirates.
Why are pirates so scary? Because they are!
Escaping down the purple tunnel, we found ourselves in front of a house haunted by a little girl who wanted to play hide and seek. Just down the road from the haunted house, past the eerie cemetery, we came across a couple of hippie ghosts still trying to catch a ride to Woodstock. It seems that their VW bug broke down on the side of the road. After suggesting that they call an Uber, we continued on the trail of fame with the likenesses of performers who've appeared at the Woodstock Music Festival. After a short walk, we arrived at the pumpkin patch and had a chance to talk with Matt, the other half of Art Through Hammer Productions, and found out how and why they love creating pumpkin art.
So talk to me about the process of creating these amazing pieces. And I mean, I'm seeing a lot of amazing art here.
Right.
Just fabulous stuff.
Right. So we're trying to expand into using pumpkins in all kinds of different ways. So it's like we're just trying to be creative using what we have. We've been casting pumpkins, making our own pumpkins. We've been trying to create, all kinds of different techniques. So it's like inventing at the same time as slamming spooky and Halloween into it at the same time.
That's awesome. Right. I heard you got married on Halloween.
Yeah, married on Halloween.
Yeah!
So it's in the blood.
From the pumpkin patch, it was just a short walk to the Bethel Woods Museum. Stop by the Woodstock Museum and learn about the history of the music festival, or browse their gift shop to pick up a souvenir. Peace, Lovin' Pumpkins always takes place on the last 2 weeks of October. And if you missed it this year, there's always Peace, Lovin' Lights, starting right after Thanksgiving. See you next year. Sterling Business and Technology Park is currently divided into 23 lots ranging in size from 3 to 30 acres. Each lot in the park is KOZ certified for companies that qualify. The Sterling Business and Technology Park is perfectly located just off Exit 17 on Interstate 84 in northeastern Pennsylvania, just under 2 hours from New York City. If you would like to explore locating your business at the Sterling Business and Technology Park, visit sterlingbusinesspark.com.
Experience rejuvenation inside and out with Northwoods Aesthetics and Wellness. Be on top of your game with our IV hydration and IV nutrition services, loaded with essential amino acids, vitamins, minerals, and powerful antioxidants for optimal health and well-being. Craving for that youthful glow? Our Botox and lip filler services are sure to turn back the clock. Embrace wellness. Embrace life at Northwoods Aesthetics and Wellness. Breathe new life into your wellness journey.
Yeah.
As you probably can figure out, the relief picture is the photo of Marvin Douglas. I don't know what these guys are doing.
This is the second time that we've played here for the Zane Grey Museum, and what we like to do is give an exhibition of what baseball looked like in the 19th century.
The biggest difference is we do not play with baseball gloves. We play barehanded. You are not allowed to run past first base, and there are various different rules depending on the year that you're playing. Today you'll see 1870s baseball, which is when the fly ball era started, so all balls must be caught in the air for an out.
I shoot film. I'm an all analog photographer. I've worked in photography sort of my whole life in various capacities, but this just felt like a great opportunity to get some nice photos, and I've been trying to go around and get real classic kind of vintage baseball card style shots of the players. Oh, very nice. Ready? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Film cameras are not very fast, so I'm not getting a whole lot of action shots or sort of classic sports scenes, but everyone looks so good and it's so bright out. The lighting is really nice, so a good opportunity to come out and get some photos.
Now we will. First pitch. Yeah, now we will have.
So if you have that gear, we'll use
he has it too.
Yeah, so it's up to you guys how you want to work that. Then 2 umpires is okay. You can have a field ump at that point.
Well, we play a pretty wide variety of eras, so it can be confusing to keep track of all the minute rule changes. When we play the overhand style, it's not that much different than modern baseball. There's a few little things, but like we're playing today, underhand, it can be quite a bit different. You can catch a ball on a bounce as an out, underhand pitching, and there's a lot of other differences too, so it takes some getting used to.
Probably the only time a lot of people, or maybe the first time people will actually see baseball the way it was played in the 19th century. We're part of a group of hundreds of teams across the country as part of the Vintage Baseball Association, as well as the National Association of Historic Baseball Clubs. And what we do is we showcase different eras of periods where baseball rules were quite different than what you'd see in a modern baseball game. And so I think what people will get out most of that is seeing the way the game evolved throughout the early years of its nascent period in New York City and as it expanded across the country after the Civil War.
Nice shot. What kind of hit?
Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and many other social media platforms. We are always looking for new and unusual story ideas, interesting people, and unique events. Send your ideas for the show to troy@wallylife.com. If you're a business looking to reach the northeastern Pennsylvania market using the most powerful media platform available, contact Emily Grillo at Bold Go Media, eGorillo@boldgomedia.com, or call 570-253-1616. Tune in to Wally Life every Monday at 9 p.m. on Blue Ridge Communications Channel 13 for the latest in life around Lake Wallenpaupack.